Hello, this is Victoria from Create Cocktails, and I'm going to be showing you how to make a hibiscus margarita. On top of that, I'm going to be showing you some lovely tips and tricks so you can make the best cocktails at home. In your box, you will have tequila, you will have Mexican lime soda, you'll have your hibiscus syrup, limes, and a very cute little bottle of hibiscus and sea salt. If you're making the non-alcoholic version, your ingredients will be the same, except you will have a non-alcoholic alternative to the tequila. So on top of that, I also have a glass to put my drink in. Then I also have a shaker, but if you don't have one at home, doesn't matter. You can use a mason jar, a passata jar, a protein shaker. Doesn't really matter as long as it has a lid on it. Also, I have got a nice little jigger. So if you don't have a jigger or anything like that, you can always use an egg cup. Also, I have a nice bar spoon. If you don't have one, you can use a regular spoon. It's just to give the drink a bit of a stir once we've poured in the lime soda. I have also got a bar blade to open my Mexican lime soda. I have got a knife to cut my limes, as well as a lime squeezer. And then I have got a strainer for my shaker. And if you don't have a strainer, you can always use a tea strainer, and if all else fails, you can use a sieve. So let's start making our hibiscus margarita. So take a flat plate, and if you don't feel too comfortable doing that, you can always use a bowl. It won't give you the same effect because we only want to rim one side of the glass. So let me take you through how to do that. Take your flat surface, and then I always like to do a straight line of my salt. Then take a lime, and my advice is always to give it a good roll on a hard surface to get all the juices flowing inside. And then I'll take my knife, and I like to cut it into a wedge for this. So you cut it in half, and then you half that. You'll get a lovely wedge. So take your glass, and my hack here is to put it upside down. So I'm only going to use the wedge on around half of my glass. And then with that part that you have soaked with the lime, just if you roll it carefully, it will give you a lovely hibiscus salt rim. So we're going to set that aside, and we're going to clear our station for the next steps. So take your shaker or whatever you're shaking with. The first thing we're going to add is our spirit. So I'm going to start with the Altos tequila. And in 2019, it was actually voted the best tequila for a margarita, so you're in good hands. If you're not making it with tequila and you're using the non-alcoholic version, follow the same steps. So to the top and straight into the shaker. So the next thing we're going to add is our citrus fruit. So you need 25 milliliters of lime. So normally 25 milliliters is about a whole lime. And I've got my lime squeezer, also known as a Mexican elbow, but if you don't have that, you can just squeeze it with your hands. And that will go straight into your shaker. So the next thing we're going to need is our hibiscus syrup, and you only need 12.5 milliliters of it. So if you take the short side of your jigger, it will just be slightly under half of it. And you can pour that straight into your shaker. Final step is the ice. So the way to do the ice is to not fill it up to the very top, because when you're shaking, you need the ice to hit the top and the bottom of the shaker. So there you go, you can see that there's a bit of a gap. Next thing, I'm just gonna add that top bit. So I know that I've closed it properly because I can lift it without it coming off. So what we're going to do now is we're gonna shake it for about 10 seconds or until it's too cold to hold. So here we go. And then if you find the side where it's opened, give it a good hit, it will come straight off. We won't let it sit here for too long. We're going to add our ice to our glass. Take the strainer. So our final step is to top up with soda. And I also like to top up without hitting the ice. Then take your spoon, and I like to lift the drink, not stir it, because you don't want to lose the bubbles. Final step is take your last lime and cut a couple of wheels. And you can just add them into your drink. And there you have it, Hibiscus Margarita. Cheers. Thank you so much for watching, and I'd love to see your creations, so please tag us at Create Cocktails across all socials and let us know how you made your drink. And hope to see you soon. Cheers.